So guys, I hope that I'm audible and visible to you. If anybody is facing any issue, please tell me if I'm audible and visible. So we can begin this particular session. Guys, all of you are requested to give a thumbs up in the chat box so that we can begin this particular session. If I'm audible and visible to you. All is okay. That's good. So guys, I am now sharing my screen. If you're able to see the screen, please type yes in the chat box. Okay. So guys, a warm welcome to all of you in the today's session on EduTap and guys, today we are going to discuss the RBI Grade B Phase 2 2022 important MCQs on reports and indices. So in the previous session, in the last session, we have seen that Kritika ma'am has taken a very wonderful session on the important MCQs on RBI notifications. And guys, now when I talk about the today's session, in this session, I will be discussing with all of you the important MCQs on the reports and indices. Okay? I really believe that all of you are really excited for the today's session because reports and indices are really a very important from the exam point of view, as we have already seen from the previous year questions as well. Okay, ji? So today we will be discussing the important MCQs on the reports and indices. But before beginning the session, if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates of the courses and videos offered by us. And you can also join our Telegram channel to get the access to the PDF of the sessions. Guys, to join the Telegram channel, kindly click on the link given in the description below. Okay, ji? So before discussing the session, I would like to tell you that basically why exactly this session is really very much important for all of you from the RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam point of view. See, when I talk about the previous year exams, then year 2021, in year 2021, we have seen that 5 questions were being asked from the reports and indices, and all those 5 questions were 2 marks each. So that means the reports and indices comprise of 10 marks in the RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam. And when I talk about the 2019 exam, there were 15 questions which were comprising of 22 marks, which was only from the reports and indices. See, but that year the descriptive was not there, and that might be the reason that why the weightage of this particular reports and indices have halved from 22 to 10. Okay, ji? But still, this particular reports and indices, from this analysis, you can see that how much these reports and indices are important for all of you from the exam point of view. So when I talk about the previous year question which was being asked in the previous year, then guys, here you can see the question. It was a paragraph-based question in which a passage was being given to you, and a very interesting passage was being given. And we always tell you that whenever you are covering any kind of reports and indices, what you are required to do, you are just required to you are only required to cover that report in the 5 important dimensions. That is the releasing body, the framework, the India's ranking, then key findings, as well as recommendations. And all those dimensions were being touched by that particular report in the question which was being asked last year in the RBI Grade B Phase 2 2022 exam. ठीक है जी? तो जब हम बात करें इस particular question की, here you can see the very first report, that is which organization released the report. That was what which was being asked in the exam. Then there were more questions, that what was the GDP projection of India as per the report which was being released by OECD. Then apart from that, there were some more questions which were basically on the key findings of that particular report. So that is why these reports and indices are really very important from the exam point of view. So guys, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you, that why these reports and indices are that much important from the exam point of view. Okay, ji? Now, before beginning the session, there is a small instruction for all of you, that all of you, first thing is that all of you are requested to answer the question. See, आप सभी का आंसर करना बहुत जरूरी है इस सेशन के अंदर, so that you can commit all your mistakes that you are going to do in the exam. Exam में ना करके you can commit those mistakes in this session, so that in the exam you will be answering all the questions correctly. ठीक है? तो क्या करना है, just question का क्वेश्चन नंबर यहाँ पर टाइप करना है, and then just place the answer that you think that is the right answer from the exam point of view from that particular question. ठीक है जी? So let's move on to the session, and here is the very first question for all of you which is here on your screen. So guys, please tell me that what is the right answer to the question. The very first question is that which among the following organization has released the World Press Freedom Index? The options are given. See guys, I want to tell you here, the World Press Freedom Index was launched in May 2022 on the occasion of World Press Freedom Day, which is being celebrated on 3rd of May. ठीक है जी, so I'm getting the right answers here. So people are opting the option number D as the right answer. That is Reporters Without Borders. That is absolutely right. The right answer to the question is Reporters Without Borders. So इस organization ने इस particular report को release किया था. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the state of the world forest report, a very important report. तो जिसका क्लियर हुआ है, जिसने आरबीआई ग्रेड बी ऑफिसर का प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम इस बार दिया है, जो फर्स्ट शिफ्ट में थे उनको पता होगा कि देयर वर 2 क्वेश्चंस व्हिच आर बीइंग आस्क्ड फ्रॉम दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट, और ये रिपोर्ट आपको बहुत ही कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली कवर कराई गई थी इन द पीआईबी सेशन. एंड गाइस, नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट, द क्वेश्चन इज बेसिकली कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया है. हेयर ऑप्शंस आर वर्ल्ड बैंक, यूनाइटेड नेशंस एनवायरनमेंट प्रोग्राम, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, फूड एंड एग्रीकल्चर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड यूनाइटेड नेशंस फोरम ऑन फॉरेस्ट. एंड गाइस, हियर द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन नंबर 2 इज ऑप्शन डी, दैट इज Food and Agriculture Organization. See, here I want to tell you one more thing, that in the exam, what they can do is they can just give you a small paragraph on this particular report. Okay, and apart from that, they will also tell you that there is an organization which is being headquartered in dash place, has recently launched this particular report. So यहाँ पर आपके लिए important है कि ये जो organization इस particular report को release कर रही है, उसका headquarter कहाँ पर है, उसके chief कौन है, all of these things that you are really required to cover from the exam point of view. ठीक है जी? So I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is once again on the state of the World Forest Report 2022. And you have to tell me कि कितना forest, what amount of forest has been lost due to the deforestation in the last 3 decades. So here, let's see that who will answer the question correctly. And Nilesh is saying that 420 is the right answer. Absolutely right. और मनीषा ने भी दिया इस question का सही जवाब, that is 420 million. And guys, there is one more important point when we talk about the forest cover of the Earth's land surface, then it is basically 31%, that is 4.06 billion hectares. और इसी dimension पर there was a question in the RBI Grade B prelims exam as well. So that's where you can see that किस तरीके से आपको reports and indices को cover करना है from the exam point of view. ठीक है जी? Let's move on to the next question. So the next question, you are required to tell me that what is the projected world population by 2050 as per this report. See, this report just do not tell only about the forest coverage. Apart from that, it also tells us about the world population. World population kitni hogi, food consumption kitni hogi, what is going to impact the forest cover. That is what this report tells us. And now here people are telling me that the question number 4, the right answer is option B, that is 9.7, and that is absolutely right. The right answer is 9.7 billion. So guys, here you can see that 9.7 billion people जो हमारी पॉपुलेशन होने वाली है वर्ल्ड की बाय ईयर 2050. ठीक है जी? Moving on to the next question. The next question is on the state of inequality in India report, a very important report. Please tell me that which organization has released this report. Niti Aayog, NSO, RBI, or Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. State of inequality in India report, once again a very important report from the exam point of view. And here Drishti is saying that the RBI is the right answer to the question number 5, and Nirmal is saying that it is option number D, that is Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister. That is absolutely right. The right answer is option D. So Economic Advisory Council to the Prime Minister has released the state of the inequality in India report. ठीक है जी? I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. Now this question is basically on the framework of that report. See, I told you that 5 dimensions you are required to cover whenever you are covering any kind of report. And this question is basically on the framework. The question is that which among the following are the key areas which influences the inequality as per the recently released this report? Income distribution, health, education, labor market dynamics, or all of the above? And absolutely right. Swati, Jyoti, Astik, Shivam, everybody is saying that option E is the right answer. That is absolutely right. Income distribution, health, education, labor market dynamics are the right answer to this question. Let us move on to the next question. So here you can see the next question. So guys, the next question is a paragraph-based question, जैसा question आपको exam के अंदर दिखने को मिल सकता है. And this question is on the National Achievement Survey 2021 report. So this report was being released recently, and now what you are required to do, just have a basic idea that of about which report this is particular question is basically based on, जिससे कि आपको idea हो जाए कि ये जो report है ये के ऊपर है and what are the expected questions from this. ठीक है, so now when I talk about this report, the very first question is that कौन सी organization इस report को release किया है? नीति आयोग, प्रथम, NCERT, Department of School Education or the right move? And here Ashwini, Drishti, everybody is telling me the classes for which this particular report was being launched. So guys, here the question is basically that कौन सी organization है इस particular report को release किया है? And here the right answer to the question is option D, that is Department of School Education and Literacy, Ministry of Education. Now the next question is that which among the following is not one of the level C? Always focus on the keywords. Whenever you are answering the question, just see that what kind of question is being asked, what is the demand of the question. Then you are required to answer that particular question. Okay? So which of the following is not one of the level? That is what you are required to tell me. And here people are opting the option number E, that is class 12th, and that is absolutely right. The right answer is option E. So what are the different standards which are being involved in this particular survey? That was class 3, 5, 8 and 10. ठीक है जी, उनके subjects क्या कहते हैं? They are already been given to all of you here in this session. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the 2022 Global Payment Report. So guys, now tell me the name of the organization which has released the 2022 Global Payment Report. See, once again I'm telling you, last year जो report आई थी exam के अंदर, the exam was on the 1st of April, and the report that was on which the question was being asked was released in the month of March. And that's why here it is really very important that you should cover all these reports from the June as well. Okay, so when I talk about the right answer, and here people are opting the right answer, that is option C, World Pay from the FIS. That is the right answer to the question number 9. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, according to the recently released 2022 Global Payment Report, the global POS transaction values are projected to dash by year 2025. ठीक है जी, तो यहाँ पर आपको मुझे बताना है कि जो transactions values है वो कितनी होने वाली हैं by year 2025 as per the 2022 Global Payment Report. And here the right answer to the question is option C, that is 58.9 trillion US dollars. ठीक है जी, तो यहाँ पर this is the amount, and see, here you are required to see that what kind of questions can come from the exam from these kind of reports. मैंने आपको previous year questions में दिखाया कि यहाँ पर वही 5 dimensions को वो touch करते हैं that we have already told you to cover these reports whenever you are covering any kind of report. ठीक है, 5 dimensions I have already told you, और इसी तरीके से आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर कि सभी के सभी questions आपको उन्हीं dimensions पर मिलने वाले हैं. ठीक है, so now let's moving on to the next question, and the next question is, as per the report, India's e-commerce market is expected to increase by what % between 2021 and 2015. ठीक है जी, तो कितना % यहाँ पर increase होने वाला है? प्रियंका is saying option number C. Let's see that who will answer the question correctly. Here the option C is 96%, option A is 66, 76. So some people are going with option number A, some are going with option number C. So guys, here the right option to the question is basically option C, that is 96%. So 96% is the right answer. As per the report, India's e-commerce market is expected to increase 96% to 120 billion US dollars between 2021 and 2015. See, these reports and guys, these are not just important for the objective exam. You can always complement your descriptive answers whenever you are answering the descriptive answers in the mains exam. You can complement your answers, make them more beautiful by involving the data which is being given in these particular reports. For example, this global payment report can very easily be used in the descriptive answer. Okay, ji, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the 2022 Environmental Performance Index. Okay, so 2022 Environmental Performance Index. So Priyanka is saying, are private reports important? See, they are important if they are really related to your particular syllabus. But majorly what you are required to do, you are required to cover the most important organization report, that is most important international organizations, that is World Bank, IMF. Then India की बात करें तो नीति आयोग, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Finance, जो इनके reports है, Reserve Bank of India की report है, they are the most important from the exam point of view. ठीक है? So guys, when I talk about the question on the Environment Performance Index 2022, please tell me the name of the organization which releases this report. And here people are opting the option number E, that is both Yale University and Columbia University. And that is absolutely right answer. So the Environmental Performance Index was being released by the both Yale University and Columbia University in June 2022. ठीक है जी? So once again, as this report is just a private report, but still it is important because the sustainable development and environmental issues is a very important topic which is being mentioned in the syllabus, and that's why it is really important. And you can once again also use this particular data in your descriptive answers as well. So now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is that which country has topped the Environment Performance Index 2022? Question number 13. What is the right answer? Denmark, UK, Finland, Sweden, Norway. So Nilesh saying Denmark, Shivam is saying Denmark. So let's see that what other people are saying. So Drishti, Jyoti, everybody is opting the option A, that is Denmark, and that is absolutely the right answer. So Denmark was the leader, was a top performer in the Environment Performance Index. See, whenever such kind of report is being asked, whenever you're covering the rankings, we always tell you what you're required to do: the top performer, the worst performer, and what is India's rank. These are the three very important things that you are required to cover whenever you are covering the rankings in the any kind of index. ठीक है जी? So now let's move on to the next important dimension, that is what is the rank of India as per the Environment Performance Index 2022. Let's see who will answer the question correctly. Sandeep is saying option number A. So Nirmal is saying option D. What is the right answer, guys? So here the right answer to the question is 180. So India की rank जब हम बात करें, India ki rank was 118, guys. There is very important finding that you should, the point that you should note down from here is that India has been ranked at the last position, that is 180. So India was the worst performing country in the Environment Performance Index 2022. ठीक है जी? I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is on the QS World University Rankings 2023, and you are required to tell me that which university has topped this particular report. See, once again, this report can be very easily used when you will be discussing about education sector in India in the descriptive question. So that is why you are really required to cover such kind of reports. So when I talk about the question number 15 here, the right answer is absolutely option A, that is Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Absolutely right. Dolly, Ashwini, Nikhil, everybody is saying option number A, and that is absolutely the right answer. So now let's move on to the next question. Now let's move on to the India, and you are required to tell me that what was the global rank of IIT Bombay as per the QS World University Rankings 2023. So guys, let's see that who will answer the question correctly. It's 172, 177, 185, or 186. Question number 16. Everybody is saying that it is option A, and absolutely right. IIT Bombay was ranked 172nd in the QS World University Rankings 2023. So guys, now let's move on to the next question, which is based on the framework of that particular report. It is asking the number of indicators which are being used in ranking the universities as per the recently June 2022 released QS World University Rankings 2023. And here Astik and Nirmal is saying that it is option C, that is 6. So that is absolutely right. The ranking was based on the 6 indicators. What were those indicators? These were academic reputation, employer reputation, citations per faculty, faculty student ratio, international faculty ratio, and international student ratio. So that is what is the right answer to this particular question. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, which university has secured the top position among the Indian universities in the QS World University ranking? See, हमने अभी तक पढ़ा कि overall topper कौन था? That was MIT. Now you are required to tell me that which Indian university was has got the top position in the QS World University ranking, and that was none other than IISc Bangalore. So guys, this basically organization was placed at 155th position in the QS World University rankings 2023. ठीक है जी, let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the state of India's environment 2022 in figures report. So now you are required to tell me that which organization has come up with this particular report. See, these reports which are basically from the state, from the sustainable development and environmental issues. See, this is a topic in the syllabus, and this report is catering to this syllabus, and that's why it becomes really very important from the exam point of view. And recently हमने देखा COP26 was held in the last year in the Glasgow, जहां पर PM मोदी जी ने पंचामृत के बारे में बात की, and he also said that India will become the net carbon emission free country by year 2070. See guys, these kind of data you can, when you will be putting these data in your descriptive answers, the answer is really going to be very, very impactful. Okay, so it is going to have a very good impression on the checker. And now when I talk about the right answer to this question number 19, the right answer is both Center for Science and Environment and the Down to Earth. That is the right answer to the question. So Rituraj, Nirmal, Krunjik, Nikhil, Anupam, all of you have answered the question correctly. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question is on a very, very important report, that is Reserve Bank of India Annual Report. See guys, RBI ki annual report, it is RBI Grade B officer exam. आरबीआई के एग्जाम में आरबीआई की रिपोर्ट नहीं की तो इट इज अ क्राइम फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. ठीक है, सो ये रिपोर्ट जरूर पढ़ के जाने, बिकॉज इट इज रियली गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन द डिस्क्रिप्टिव क्वेश्चंस एज वेल. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द क्वेश्चन, हियर द क्वेश्चन इज दैट एज पर द रिसेंटली रिलीज आरबीआई एनुअल रिपोर्ट 2021-2022, rupees 500 denomination fake currencies rose by what percent? 500 denomination currencies, fake currencies कितना increase हुई है in year 2021-2022? That is what you are required to tell me. Here options are 100.1%, 98.5, 103.8, 101.9 and 105.7. And guys, here people are saying the option number D is the right answer. Absolutely right. Snehal has answered the question correctly. That is option D, 101.9%. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. Now the next question is on the bank frauds. So what exactly was the value? The bank frauds to the tune of dash were being reported, which basically down from 1.3 trillion rupees in here 2020-2021. What is the value here? What should, with what option which we are going to fill this particular blank? Please tell me what is the right answer. Ritura saying option E, and Jyoti, Kurinjik, Anupam, everybody is saying that option E is the right answer. And guys, here absolutely right, option E is the right answer to this particular question. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, RBI has transferred dash surplus to the government as compared to 99,122 crore in the previous year. So Rajkumar is saying, sir, matra bhasha ka istemal karo. Okay, Rajkumar, I really believe that we are obviously going bilingual in this particular session. I really believe that anybody else is not facing this particular problem. Now, guys, please tell me that what is the right answer to the question number 22? What is the right answer to the question number 22? So here the right answer to the question is option C, that is 30,307.45 crore. So guys, this question ka sahi answer. So now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is once again on the RBI Annual Report 2021-2022. And here you are required to tell me कि जो size है RBI की balance sheet का, it has been increased by what amount as on March 31, 2021? See, as on 31st March 2021, RBI की जो balance sheet का size है वो कितना हुआ है? What is this value? Let's see who will answer the question correctly. Question number 23. Priyanka Nirmal is saying option B. Jyoti is saying option B. And guys, here the right answer is absolutely option B. That is 4,82,633.14 crore. See guys, here a very important information that this particular value has basically, it was 57 and now it is 61,90,302. So here the right answer is 4,82,633.14 crores. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. And the next question is very, very important report. Very important question. See, हमने पढ़ा था और यहाँ पर यूनियन बजट के टाइम पे it was announced that the banks are going to set up digital banking units, and with the digital banking units this particular question is referring to, and you are required to fill up these two blanks. See, here you are required to tell me that as per the RBI Annual Report 2021-2022, Reserve Bank will facilitate setting up of dash digital banking units in dash districts. तो कितने यहाँ पर digital banking units बनाए जाएंगे और कितने districts में बनाए जाएंगे? That is what you are required to tell me. And absolutely right, the right answer is option E, that is 75. So 75 digital banking units in the 75 districts. That is what it was announced in the budget as well, and also given in the RBI Annual Report 2021-2022. ठीक है जी. Moving on to the next question. So the next question is about the disinvestment target. See guys, disinvestment target, last year there was a question, descriptive question on the disinvestment, and now here you are required to tell me about that only, that disinvestment target जो है RBI Annual Report में बताया है कि कितना set किया है for the year 2022-2023. What is the right answer? So people are opting the option number A, that is 65,000 crore, and that is absolutely the right answer is 65,000 crore for the question number 25. So let's move on to the next question. And the next question is on the recently released State Food Safety Index. See guys, here you can see that a paragraph has been mentioned here on the State Food Safety Index, which was started in year 2018-19. Uska aim kya hai? Creating a competitive and positive change in the food safety ecosystem. So once again, यहाँ पर क्या क्या क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं कि किसने रिलीज किया है, what was the topper of this particular report, कौन से स्टेट ने टॉप किया है. So this is what you are required to remember from the exam point of view, and see that this is what so easy from the exam point of view. ठीक है, please here tell me the question number 26, what is the right answer. You are required to tell me the name of the organization जिसने रिलीज की है 4th State Food Safety Index. Organization का नाम जिसने रिलीज की है 4th State Food Safety Index. And here absolutely right, people are saying the right, that is option C, that is Food Safety and Standard Authority of India. This is what is the right answer to the question. Now please tell me that which state has topped in the largest state category in the 4th State Food Safety Index. See guys, 4th Food State Safety Index, ठीक है, इसमें कौन सी स्टेट ने टॉप किया है in the largest state category, that is what you are required to tell me. And absolutely right, people are saying option E, that is Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is the right answer to the question. And when I talk about the worst performer was Andhra Pradesh, which was last in these particular rankings. ठीक है, moving on to the next question. So guys, here the next question is basically on the 4th State Food Safety Index, and you are required to tell me the number of parameters that has been used for ranking the states and union territories. See, in this particular question, it is being talking about the framework of the 4th State Food Safety Index. तो क्या framework है, कितने parameters के across यहाँ पर states को assess किया है 4th State Food Safety Index ने to assess the state of the food safety in those particular states. And here the right answer to the question is option C, that is 5. So 5 parameters were being used. What are those 5 parameters? The first parameter is human resource and institutional data. The second is compliance, food testing, infrastructure and surveillance, training and capacity building, and consumer empowerment. See guys, यहाँ पर सबसे important चीज ये है कि exam के अंदर it can also be asked that which parameter has got the highest weightage. Highest weightage कौन से parameter को मिली है? That is compliance को मिला है 30% weightage in this particular parameters, and that is why this is also what you are required to remember from the exam point of view. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the India Press Freedom Index 2021. यहाँ पर you are required to tell me the name of the organization. See, हमने पहले पढ़ा World Press Freedom Index, which was launched on 3rd of May, जो कि 3rd May को रिलीज हुई थी on the World Press Freedom Day. And now here in this particular part, you are required to tell me कि इंडिया प्रेस फ्रीडम इंडेक्स 2021 को कौन सी यहाँ पर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने लॉन्च किया है. एंड एब्सोल्युटली राइट, पीपल आर सेइंग द राइट एंड रिस्क एनालिसिस ग्रुप. एब्सोल्युटली राइट, दिस इज अ दिल्ली बेस्ड ग्रुप व्हिच हैज लॉन्च्ड दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. और इसमें उन्होंने कहा the state or union territory which is having the highest number of attacks against the journalists, it was basically Jammu and Kashmir. ठीक है जी. और उसके अलावा यहाँ पर एक और इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है that a total of 121 journalists and media houses newspapers were being targeted across the country as per the India Press Freedom Index 2021. ठीक है, moving on to the next question. And the next question is once again on a very, very important report, that is UDISE, Unified District Information System for Education, which was initiated in 2012-2013. ठीक है, तो इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन लाने से पहले guys, I want to tell you a very, very interesting thing. ठीक है, you might have seen that now this particular report is being called UDISE plus report. See, earlier it was UDISE and now it is UDISE plus. So what exactly was the change which is being made in this report so that it was being called UDISE to UDISE plus? The reason was basically that कि पहले जो भी हमारे यहाँ पर डेटा फिलिंग होती थी इस पर्टिकुलर सर्वे के अंदर, इट वाज बेसिकली डन मैनुअली. ठीक है, अब इन्होंने क्या किया, पहले क्या होता था कि मैनुअल डेटा कलेक्ट करके उसको कंप्यूटर्स के अंदर फीड किया जाता था. बट नाउ व्हाट दे हैव डन, दे हैव डिजिटाइज्ड दिस. They are using the tablets in order to conduct this particular part, and that's why they have added plus here, which basically defines the digitization of this particular report. Okay, so that's how the digitization is really important. That's why we are moving towards the digital India. Okay ji, now here is the question for all of you, and the question is, which organization has released the Unified District Information System for Education Plus Report 2020-2021? And here people are saying that option B is the right answer, that is Ministry of Education. Guys, please see the question very carefully. कोई हड़बड़ी, कोई जल्दबाजी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. take your time, because here the option B is not at all correct. Kindly see the question that what exactly it has been asked. UDI SC plus report कौन सी organization ने release की है, and here people are saying option number. Some people have said that this the right answer to the question is option D, that is this. So guys, Ministry of Education is the right answer to the question. So Ministry of Education is the right answer to this particular question. Okay. Now let's move on to the next report. So here Dolly is saying that Pratham. See, Pratham is not the right answer. There is another report which is being released by Pratham. That is एसर रिपोर्ट. सी इसी तरीके से आपको डिफरेंशिएट करना है रिपोर्ट्स के अंदर दैट क्या कौन सी रिपोर्ट कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिलीज की है. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन, बिकॉज दीज आर द रिपोर्ट दैट आर रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. और ये रिपोर्ट्स जो है बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है बिकॉज इट कम्स अंडर द इट केटर्स टू द सिलेबस विद द टॉपिक सोशल सेक्टर इन इंडिया एजुकेशन. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, in this question you are required to tell me that what is the number of students enrolled in school education from primary to higher secondary level in 2020-2021. Let's see who will answer the question. UDI SC plus report के according, what exactly was the number of students enrolled in the school education from primary to higher secondary level? And here people are saying that option B is the right answer, that is 25.38 crore. That is absolutely right. So the right answer is 25.38 crore. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, what exactly was the strength of the teachers in the school education in 2020-2021? See, when I talk about this UDIC plus report, this basically tells us about कि क्या enrollment था students का, टीचर्स की स्ट्रेंथ क्या थी. जैसा कि हमने अभी तक पढ़ा, प्राइमरी से हायर, सेकेंडरी से हायर, प्राइमरी टू सेकेंडरी, सेकेंडरी टू हायर कितने स्टूडेंट्स गए हैं, दैट इज व्हाट दिस रिपोर्ट टेल्स अस. सो दिस बेसिकली टेल्स अस अबाउट द स्टेटस ऑफ एजुकेशन इन आवर कंट्री. कितने बच्चे स्कूल जा रहे हैं, क्या टीचर्स का रेशियो है, दैट इज व्हाट दिस रिपोर्ट टेल्स अस अबाउट. एंड हियर पीपल आर सेइंग एब्सोल्युटली राइट, द ऑप्शन डी इज द राइट आंसर, दैट इज 96.96 lakh. That was the total strength of teachers for the UDISC plus report 2020-2021. Moving on to the next question. So the next question is, you are required to tell me the total number of enrolled girls from primary to higher secondary level in 2020-2021. See, these kind of questions are really expected in the exam, and that is why we have brought such kind of questions for all of you कि एक single भी dimension यहाँ पर miss नहीं होनी चाहिए for all of you for an exam. Okay, so guys, here when I talk about the question number 33, the right answer to the question is option number B, that is 12.20 crore. So here you can see, जब हम बात करते हैं enrollment की, girls के enrollment की from primary to higher secondary, it was 12.20 crore. And see, this number has increased by 11.8 lakh as compared to that it was in 2019-2020. तो यहाँ पर एक और चीज याद रखने की जरूरत ये है कि आपको यहाँ पर पिछला नंबर और क्या चेंज हुआ और यहाँ पर क्या नया नंबर है. ठीक है, क्योंकि हम बात करें अगर लास्ट ईयर के प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम की, देयर वाज द क्वेश्चन जहां पर उन्होंने एवरीथिंग वाज बीइंग गिवन. जब हम बात करते हैं इंडिया की रैंक की, तो इंडिया की सिर्फ प्रेजेंट रैंक उन्होंने ऑलरेडी बता दी कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वाज द प्रेजेंट रैंक ऑफ इंडिया इन दिस पर्टिकुलर ग्लोबल इनोवेशन इंडेक्स, एंड यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल दैट what exactly was India's rank in the last edition of that particular report. So that is why present value, last value kitni thi, that is what you are required to remember. ठीक है, I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question is a very important report, that is the World Happiness Report 2022. So World Happiness Report 2022, which organization has released this report? Let's see who will answer the question correctly. A very important report, and guys, this report basically assesses the status of happiness of the people across the world. And when I talk about the right answer to the question here, the right answer is option B, that is United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. So this is what is absolutely the right answer. And here Dolly, Aditi, Jyoti, Astik Nigam, Nirmal Yadav, everybody has answered the question correctly. That is UNSDSN. ठीक है जी, moving on to the next question. On a very accepted terms, that is कौन सी country ने इसको top किया है? Please tell me quickly, which country has topped the World Happiness Report 2022? It's Denmark, Iceland, Finland, Norway, or Switzerland. Let's see who will answer the question correctly. So Venki Venkatesh is saying that option B is the right answer. Nirmal is saying option A. Ritura is saying option C. So there is a lot of confusion among the people here. But here, Astik Nigam and Nirmal have answered the question correctly. That is option C. That is Finland. So guys, Finland was named as the happiest nation in the world, which is 5 times in a row. See, a very important thing. It has basically topped this particular report for the 5th time in a row in this World Happiness Report 2021. On the second position, it was Denmark, Iceland, Switzerland, and Netherlands in the following positions. Now let's move on to the very important thing, that what was the India's rank? India ki rank kya thi, guys? Please tell me what exactly was the India's rank. And also, and here Priyanka is saying 142. So guys, let's wait for the others as well to answer the question. And here people are going with option number C. Some are going with option number C, that is 136. Some are opting the option number E, that is 142. And guys, here the right answer to the question is option C, that is 136. तो इंडिया की बात करूं तो इंडिया की रैंक थी 136. और यहाँ पर पिछले साल की बात की जाए, that the World Happiness Report 2021 which was being released, तो उस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट में इंडिया की रैंक क्या थी? इट वाज 139. तो दिस इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर. यहाँ पर दोनों ही वैल्यूज को याद रखिएगा. इंडिया की रैंक लास्ट ईयर 139, दिस ईयर इट इज 136 पोजीशन. बेसिकली इंडिया की रैंक इंप्रूव हुई है यहाँ पर. ठीक है. So now let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the Export Preparedness Index 2021, which basically tells us about the export readiness of the Indian states and UTs. So this is a very important report which was being released, and you are required to tell me कौन सी organization ने इस report को release किया था. See guys, यहाँ पर important चीज ये है कि यहाँ पर हो सकता है कि कोई रिपोर्ट एक से ज्यादा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिलीज की हो. Similarly, this particular report which was being released by both नीति आयोग and Institute of Competitiveness, तो जल्दी जल्दी में ऐसा नहीं कि नीति आयोग देखकर उसको टिक करके आप आगे निकल जाते हैं. ऐसा नहीं करना है. ऐसी गलती को अवॉइड करना है एग्जाम के अंदर. व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू डू, ऑलवेज सी कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली कि पूरा क्वेश्चन क्या है, क्या ऑप्शंस दिए हैं, एंड देन टू आंसर द राइट ऑप्शन. ठीक है. Then choose the correct option. I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, कौन सी स्टेट ने टॉप किया है एक्सपोर्ट प्रिपेयर्डनेस इंडेक्स 2021 को? Which state has topped the export preparedness index 2021? It's Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Haryana, Kerala, or none of the above. So let's see who will answer the question correctly. Asik, Rituraj, Jyoti, Vanki, everybody is saying that option A is the right answer. That is absolutely right, guys. Gujarat is the state which has topped this particular index with a score of 78.86. And when I talk about the worst performer in the Export Preparedness Index 2021, it was none other than Lakshadweep, which ranked at the bottom with a score of 2.21. ठीक है. टॉप किसने किया? गुजरात ने किया. बॉटम पे कौन था? लक्षद्वीप था. लॉन्च किसने किया? नीति आयोग एंड इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस. दैट्स हाउ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर ऑल द इंपॉर्टेंट डिटेल्स अबाउट दिस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट. Moving on to the next question. The next question is on the pillars, that is the framework of this particular report. So please tell me कि कितने pillars के across यहाँ पर assessment की गई है export preparedness index के अंदर in the across these particular states. It's 3, 4, 5, 6 or none of the above. Let's see who will answer the question correctly. Nirmal is saying option D. Mahesh Guram and Jyoti saying that option D is the right answer. And guys, that is absolutely wrong. The right answer to the question is option B, that is 4. ठीक है. तो there were basically 4 pillars. ठीक है. 4 पिलर थे जिसको सब डिवाइड किया 7 सब पिलर्स में, 11 सब पिलर्स में, and they basically comprised of 60 indicators, and all the 28 states and UTs were being assessed by the Export Preparedness Index 2021. ठीक है जी. तो यहाँ पर जब हम बात करते हैं पिलर्स की, पिलर्स का नाम आपको रिमेंबर करना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज इट कैन बी आस्क्ड. दैट इज पॉलिसी, बिजनेस इकोसिस्टम, एक्सपोर्ट इकोसिस्टम एंड एक्सपोर्ट परफॉर्मेंस. एंड देयर इज वन मोर इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यू शुड रिमेंबर, दैट इज कि कौन से पिलर को यहाँ पर मैक्सिमम वेटेज दी गई है. दैट इज द बिजनेस इकोसिस्टम. बिजनेस इकोसिस्टम हैज गॉट द हाईएस्ट वेटेज. एंड सी, this particular report can be very easily used when you will be answering the question, the descriptive question in the ESI part. ठीक है. जब भी हम एक्सपोर्ट की बात करेंगे, you can tell us, you can just mention there कि export preparedness index was also released. किसने रिलीज किया था, कौन सी स्टेट टॉप पे थी, एंड हाउ इट इज रियली गोइंग टू हेल्प. सी, यहाँ पर एक स्टेट दूसरी स्टेट से अपनी परफॉर्मेंस को कंपेयर कर सकती है, एंड दैट्स हाउ दे कैन सी दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ चेंजेस वी कैन मेक इन आवर पॉलिसीज टू इंप्रूव आवर परफॉर्मेंस, एंड दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रियली रिक्वायर्ड टू मेंशन in this particular part. ठीक है. I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the World Development Report 2022. So guys, the World Development Report 2022, a long paragraph has been mentioned here, and that's how you can see that question can be asked in the exam, but you do not have to worry about it because the question will be very, very easy in nature. ठीक है. But provided that you have covered all the reports in the those across 5 dimensions. ठीक है. Let's move on to the very first question, and here the question is, Which organization has released the World Development Report 2022, the Finance for an Equitable Economy? It's World Bank, IMF, World Economic Forum, United Nations Development Program, or none of the above. And Aditi is saying World Bank is the right answer. Nirmal is saying option A. Nilesh is opting the option number A. That is World Bank. That is absolutely right, guys. World Bank is the right answer to the question. Now also tell me that who is the chief of the World Bank? World Bank को अभी presently कौन head कर रहा है? Name the person who is basically heading the World Bank. And here Shivam, Rituraj, everybody saying that David Malpass. And absolutely right, guys. David Malpass is the right answer. See, these names are really very important. It can also be asked in the question. ठीक है, रिलेट किया जा सकता है, फिल इन द ब्लैंक में आ सकते हैं, दो ब्लैंक यहां पर आपको बता देगा कि भाई ऑप्शंस आपको सेम मिलेंगे. ऑप्शन मिलेगा वर्ल्ड बैंक यहाँ पर दो ऑप्शन में, एक में मिलेगा वर्ल्ड बैंक के साथ डेविड मेलपास, एक में मिलेगा वर्ल्ड बैंक के साथ क्रिस्टलिना जॉर्जीवा. किसको चूज करेंगे आप? दैट इज द डेविड मेलपास. ठीक है, दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. एंड एब्सोल्युटली राइट गाइस, आई एम रियली ग्लैड टू सी कि सभी स्टूडेंट्स ने यहाँ पर इस क्वेश्चन का दिया है सही जवाब. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज दैट which among the following are the pressing economic risks which hampers the recovery as per the World Development Report, Finance for an Equitable Economy? यहाँ पर जो हमारे इकोनॉमिक रिस्क है, प्रेसिंग इकोनॉमिक रिस्क है as per the World Development Report, वो कौन कौन से हैं? Absolutely right, people are opting the option number E. That is all of the above. So these economic pressing risks are the rising non-performing loans, tighter access to the credit, elevated levels of the sovereign debt, and delayed resolution of the distressed loans. And अगर कोई क्वेश्चन आता है डिस्क्रिप्टिव के अंदर जहां पर पूछा जाता है कि what kind of problems that banking sector is facing and what kind of problems that MSMEs are facing, what is the reason behind that, you can just mention these reasons. See, that's how you can relate. You can just use these reports, you can employ these reports in your descriptive answers as well to gain more marks. Okay, let's move on to the next question. The next question is that which among the following are the recommendations of the report? See guys, a direct question on the recommendations. If you know the recommendation, it is really very easy for you to answer this particular question. तो जब हम बात करते हैं recommendations की, it was increasing the transparency and reducing a share of non-performing loans. It was effective insolvency procedure. It was innovation in the digital finance. उसको innovate किया जाए. Proactive management to sovereign debt को घटाया जाए. That is what this particular report tells us, and that is what is the right answer to the question. That is option number E. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर सभी पॉइंट्स आपको मेंशन है. You can just go through them on your own in the detailed manner. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question is on that which among the following country has the largest share of fiscal stimulus to the GDP ratio? See, ये particular report यहाँ पर fiscal stimulus to the GDP ratio इसके बारे में भी बताती है, और कौन सी कंट्री है जिसका ये रेशियो हाईएस्ट है. दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी. सो क्वेश्चन नंबर 23, आई थिंक इट्स अ googly for all of you, and I want all of you to answer this particular question. Absolutely, Shivam is saying that it is tough. Absolutely, Shivam, but you do not have to worry about it. See, if you in the exam, if you are facing such kind of question, always just remember that what are current affairs में क्या चल रहा है, कौन सी ऐसी country हो सकती है, and if still you are not able to recognize that, then you can skip that in the exam. ठीक है, because you are not required to attract 0.5 marks or 0.25 marks in the exam by just clicking on the wrong option. ठीक है, every mark matter in the mains exam. ठीक है जी. So here some are going with option number A, and that is absolutely right. Italy is the right answer. And when I talk about the percentage, it was 46% for Italy. And guys, that is the right answer to the question. Now let's move on to the next question. And here you are required to just consider these particular statements in relation with the World Development Report 2022, Finance for an Equitable Economy. And please tell me that what exactly कि इसमें से कौन सी statement wrong है. See, always focus on the keywords. In these kind of questions, keywords are always really very important to answer the question. यहाँ पर देखिए, the very first statement says that COVID-19 pandemic has triggered the largest global economic crisis in more than a century. See, this point can be correct. ठीक है, next question is in 2020 economic activity contracted in 90% of the countries, with the world economy shrinking by about 3% and global poverty increasing for the first time in a generation. See, this particular statement can also be correct, but यहाँ पर हो सकता है कि examiner आपको trick करे by just changing these particular values. ठीक है, पर हम क्या करेंगे, हम एक और ऑप्शन देखेंगे. द नेक्स्ट ऑप्शन इज दैट इमरजेंसी रिस्पांस अंडरटेकन बाय द गवर्नमेंट हैज नॉट क्रिएटेड एनी न्यू रिस्क. तो यहां पर ऑप्शन सी कहता है कि जो भी रिकमेंडेशन, जो भी मेजर्स गवर्नमेंट ने लिए हैं, उसने कोई भी नया रिस्क क्रिएट नहीं किया है। बट गाइस, जब हमने देखा कोविड-19 पैंडेमिक के टाइम जो भी गवर्नमेंट्स ने इकोनॉमिक स्टिमुलस पैकेजेस यहाँ पर लॉन्च किए थे और बाकी मेजर्स लिए थे, कहीं ना कहीं उसमें कुछ नए रिस्क भी आए थे। ठीक है, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दिस पर्टिकुलर स्टेटमेंट इज एब्सोल्युटली रॉन्ग. Now the statement D says the recovery from the crisis will be as uneven as its initial economic impacts. Absolutely right. So यहाँ पर हम basically eliminate कर सकते हैं ऐसे ऑप्शन को जो सबसे ज्यादा आपको लगता है कि incorrect है, and that is why the right answer to the question is option number C. Asting Nigam, Rituraj. So everybody, Nikhil, Anup Mishra, everybody has answered the question correctly. That is option C. That is the right answer. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is about the central theme. See guys, ऐसी कोई भी report आती है that is being launched by the World Bank, you are always required to remember that what was the central theme. So now when I talk about the central theme of this particular report, what exactly was it? It was data, financing, cryptocurrency, Ukraine war, or none of the above. तो यहाँ पर when I talk about the right answer to the question is, so Nirmal Yadav, Rituraj ने दिया इस question का सही जवाब, that is option B, financing. Jyoti is also answering the question correctly, that is answer B, that is financing, which was the central theme for this particular report. Now let's move on to the next question, and once again the next question is on the same report, and here you are required to tell me what is the number of emerging countries which have experienced the downgrade in their government debt risk rating in 2020. See, 2020 के अंदर जो गवर्नमेंट की डेट टू रिस्क रेटिंग थी उसमें यहाँ पर कटौती की गई. तो यहाँ पर कितनी इमर्जिंग कंट्रीज है जिन्होंने इस सिचुएशन को फेस किया, दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी. सो सम पीपल आर ऑप्टिंग द ऑप्शन नंबर बी, सम आर गोइंग विद ऑप्शन नंबर सी, एंड गाइस हियर द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 44. तो 44 इमर्जिंग इकोनॉमीज ने एक्सपीरियंस किया इस पर्टिकुलर सिचुएशन को वेयर द गवर्नमेंट डेट रिस्किंग रेटिंग ऑफ देयर पर्टिकुलर कंट्रीज वर बीइंग डाउनग्रेडेड. ठीक है जी, I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the Global Assessment Report 2022 on the Disaster Risk Reduction 2022. Once again, a report on the sustainable development and environmental issues. And now you are going to tell me कि कौन सी organization ने इस report को launch किया है. That is Global Assessment Report 2022. And here the right answer to the question is option D. That is United Nations Office for the Disaster Risk Reduction. That is what is the right answer to this particular question. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question, you are required to tell me that what is the number of disasters which the planet will be facing. See, हर साल 2030 तक जो planet number of disasters face करने वाला है, this is what you are required to tell me in this particular question. So here, when I talk about the right answer is option D, that is 560. So 560 disasters annually will be faced around by the countries by year 2030. That is what you are required to remember from the exam point of view. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, what is the number of people? See, कितने लोग यहाँ पर world poverty के burden में कितने लोग यहाँ पर नए include होंगे by year 2030? This is what you are required to tell me. See, always see that these kind of questions which are related to the sustainable development and environmental issues, जब भी हम बात करें किसी डिजास्टर रिलेटेड रिपोर्ट की, इट ऑलवेज टेल्स अस कि बेसिकली लोगों पर इसका क्या इंपैक्ट होने वाला है, अबाउट द पॉवर्टी, अबाउट द डिजीजेस. So here, once the dimension has been touched by this particular report, and here the question number 49, and here people are opting the option number B as the right answer. So Rajan is also saying B, Jyoti is saying B, Rituraj, Dilesh, all of them are saying option number B as the right answer, and that is absolutely not right. This is the right answer to the question is 37.6 million people. See guys, question number 49 का answer है 37.6 million. This is the amount of the people which will be added to the world's poverty burden by year 2030. और यहाँ पर एक चीज आपको और याद रखने की जरूरत है, that अगर worst case scenario हुआ और ज्यादा disasters आए, climate change हुआ, तो यहाँ पर 100.7 मिलियन लोग और यहाँ पर ऐड हो जाएंगे पॉवर्टी के अंदर. ठीक है, आई होप दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट. आई एम मार्किंग द स्टार हियर. The next question is on the report on the currency and finance for 2021-2022. अप्रैल 2021 के अंदर यहाँ पे ये रिपोर्ट लॉन्च की गई थी. सो गाइस प्लीज टेल मी कि क्या है इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट को रिलीज कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने किया है. इट वाज नीति आयोग, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस, रिजर्व बैंक ऑफ इंडिया, एनएसओ और द वर्ल्ड बैंक. So let's see who will answer the question correctly. Here people are opting the option number C as the right answer. That is absolutely right. Reserve Bank of India is the right answer to the question. Let's move on to the next question. So the report on the currency and finance for 2021-2022. तो यहाँ पर आपको बताना है कि by which year Indian economy ओवरकम द कोविड-19 लॉसेस. जो भी लॉसेस यहाँ पर कोविड-19 की वजह से इंडिया ने फेस किए हैं, कितना समय लगेगा, कितने साल लगेंगे इंडिया को टू ओवरकम दिस पर्टिकुलर लॉस. एंड हियर द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन सी, दैट इज 2034-35. This is the time period by which India will be able to overcome the losses which are being generated due to the COVID-19 losses. Okay, moving on to the next question. So the next question is, according to the recently released report on the currency and finance, which among the following are the 7 wheels of economic progress? ठीक है, so economic progress के साथ वो कौन से wheel हैं जिनको यहाँ पर ये particular report touch करती है? It's aggregate demand, macroeconomic stability and policy coordination, institutions, intermediaries and markets. Or option D is structural change and option E is all of the above. So let's see who will answer the question correctly. So here, some people are going with option number E as the right answer, that is all of the above. And here also people are saying that Rajan is saying option E is the right answer. Aditi, Rahul, Bish, everybody is saying that the right answer is option E. And guys, that is absolutely right. Option E is the right answer to the question. और यहाँ पर वो सभी के सभी 7 wheels को यहाँ पर name किया गया है. That is aggregate demand, supply, institutions, intermediaries and markets, macroeconomic stability and policy coordination, productivity and technological progress, structural change and sustainability. So guys, this is what you are required to remember from the exam point of view. Okay, ji? I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the World Economic Outlook. War sets back the global recovery. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर एक very important report is being mentioned here, and here now the very first question is that कौन सी organization इस report को release किया था? The World Economic Outlook, war sets back the global recovery. World Bank, World Economic Forum, IMF, OECD or United Nations? What is the right answer? So Astik Nigam, Shivam Tripathi is saying that option C is the right answer to the question. Here Jyoti is saying option C is the right answer. So guys, here the right answer is absolutely International Monetary Fund. Now tell me that who has recently taken the position of Deputy Managing Director of the IMF. Let's see who will answer the question. Tell me. देखते हैं कौन देता है इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब. रिसेंटली डेप्यूटी मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर कौन बना था आईएमएफ का? एंड हियर पीपल आर सेइंग गीता गोपीनाथ. एब्सोल्युटली राइट. और यहाँ पर गीता गोपीनाथ जो कि पहले चीफ इकोनॉमिस्ट होती थी आईएमएफ की, उनको किसने रिप्लेस किया है अभी? दैट इज ऑल्सो व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग विद टू ऑल ऑफ यू इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. See, these are the very, very important names that you should remember from the exam point of view. And Dolly is saying that Geeta Gopinath, absolutely right. पर अब जब गीता गोपीनाथ अभी बनी है, she was earlier the chief economist. So chief economist अब कौन है? Who is the person who is presently the chief economist of the IMF? And guys, here is the French economist, that is Pierre-Olivier Gorinchas, which is who has replaced the Geeta Gopinath as the chief economist of International Monetary Fund. Absolutely right. Aditi ne diya is question ka sahi jawab. Well done, guys. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question, you are required to tell me that what is the growth rate of economy for India for the financial year 2022-2023? It's 6.9%, 7.2%, or 7.9%, 8.2%, or 9%. And here people are opting the right answer. That is option B. That is the right answer. That is 8.2%. So guys, option D is the right answer. That is 8.2%. ठीक है, यहाँ पर एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज ये है कि पहले ये जो थी इंडिया की जो ग्रोथ रेट थी, इट वाज 9.0% एंड नाउ इट हैज डिक्रीज्ड फ्रॉम 9.0% टू 8.2%. ठीक है, और जब हम बात करते हैं 2023-2024 की, तो वहां के लिए इंडिया की जो ग्रोथ रेट बताई गई है, इट वाज बीन 6.9%. सो यहाँ पर सभी ग्रोथ रेट्स आपके लिए याद रखना बेहद जरूरी है फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एंड हियर यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी द परसेंटेज ग्लोबल इकोनॉमी ग्रोथ रेट फॉर द ईयर 2022. तो इंडिया की हमने देखा कि ग्रोथ रेट क्या है. नाउ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी कि वर्ल्ड की ग्रोथ रेट क्या है, ग्लोबल लेवल पर ग्रोथ रेट क्या रहने वाली है. एंड हियर द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज 3.6%, which is the right answer for the global growth rate for the year 2022 as per the World Economic Outlook. War sets back the global recovery. ठीक है जी, तो यहां पर आप देख सकते हैं कि what is exactly the right answer. And here Dolly, Anupam, Satish, Rajan, all of them have answered the question correctly. That is option C, 3.6%. Now guys, let's move on to the next question. And the next question is once again on a very, very important report. That is the report on the trend and progress of banking in 2020-2021. See guys, बेशक ये report last year release की गई थी, but still it has really a very high importance when we talk about the RBI Grade B Officer Phase 2 exam. ठीक है, तो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया? दैट इज अ वेरी इजी क्वेश्चन, अ हलवा क्वेश्चन. दैट इज ऑप्शन ए, RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. But now you are required to tell me that what is the percentage of the growth in the deposits at the end of September 2021 as per this particular report which was released by the Reserve Bank of India. तो देखते हैं कौन देता है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. Nirmal is saying that D is the right answer for the question number 57. And here, let's see that what is the right answer to this particular question. So guys, the question is the percentage of the growth in the deposits at the end of September 2021. What is the right answer to this particular question? Question number 57. Here, the right answer is option A. That is 10.1%. So guys, 10.1% is the right answer to the question. ठीक है जी, बढ़ते हैं अपने next question की तरफ. So Jyoti, Rishabh, everybody have answered the question correctly. Here, Shivam and Nirmal have answered the question correctly. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is Global Health Security Index 2021. See guys, now you are required to tell me कि कौन सी organization ने इस security index को launch किया है. The Global Health Security Index 2021. It's Hurun Research Initiative, John Hopkins Center for the Health Security, Nuclear Threat Initiative, Right Move, or both B and C. See, this is one such index, that is the Global Health Security Index, which is really very important. Why? Because it caters to the syllabus from the topic of social sector in India, that is health. ठीक है जी, तो ये है इस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक जिससे ये रिलेट करता है हमारे सिलेबस से. एंड व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन, हियर द राइट आंसर इज बोथ बी एंड सी, दैट इज John Hopkins Center for Health Security and the Nuclear Threat Initiative, which is the right answer to the question. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is, which among the following country has topped the recently December 2021 released Global Health Security Index 2021? कौन सी कंट्री ने इस इंडेक्स को टॉप किया है? Finland, Australia, Norway, New Zealand, USA. So guys, we always tell you that the country which has topped the index is really very important from the exam point of view. And here the right answer to the question is option E, that is USA. So सभी ने दिया इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब. Question number 59, the right answer to the question is USA. So USA is the right answer. ठीक है जी, तो Global Health Security Index हमने पढ़ा कि कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिलीज किया है, टॉपर कौन था. नाउ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी अबाउट द वर्ल्ड माइग्रेशन रिपोर्ट. ठीक है, सो गाइस द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन, जो नेक्स्ट सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आने वाले हैं दैट विल बी ऑन द वर्ल्ड माइग्रेशन रिपोर्ट. ठीक है, तो वर्ल्ड माइग्रेशन रिपोर्ट किसने रिलीज की थी और क्या उसकी फाइंडिंग्स हैं, क्या क्या की पॉइंट्स हैं जो हमें याद करने की जरूरत है, दैट इज व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू टच इन दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. तो पहली इंपॉर्टेंट चीज, कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने इसे रिलीज किया था? World Bank, International Organization for Migration, United Nations Development Program, World Economic Forum, or none of the above. And here people are opting the option number B. That is the right answer to the question. That is International Organization for Migration. So Aditi has answered the question correctly. Shivam, Nirmal Yadav, everybody is just rocking today. So guys, I'm really glad to see that all of you are answering the questions correctly. On the Zoom, the people who have joined us from the Zoom as well, and apart from that, the people who have watching us in the YouTube channel as well. So sabhi tere is question ka sahi jawab. So guys, now let's move on to the next question. In the next question, you are required to tell me that what is the number of global international migrants in 2020 as per the World Migration Report 2022. So कौन सी what is the number of the global international migrants in 2020? 252 million, 266, 272, 281, 291. See guys, this question is really very important from the exam point of view. हमने देखा है that previous year questions, ये ऐसे क्वेश्चन यहाँ पर ऐसी वैल्यूज के ऊपर क्वेश्चंस हमेशा पूछे जाते हैं कि कितने माइग्रेंट से कितने लोग एक्सट्रीम पॉवर्टी में ऐड हुए, कितने लोगों को इंपैक्ट हुआ उस पर्टिकुलर डिजास्टर से. दैट इज व्हाट दिस इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एंड हियर व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन, द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी. बट बिफोर मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, देयर इज अ गूगली क्वेश्चन फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू. यहां पर आपको मुझे बताना है कि माइग्रेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ब्रीफ, ये कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस रिपोर्ट को लॉन्च करती है? माइग्रेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ब्रीफ. आई एम रिपीटिंग गाइस, माइग्रेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ब्रीफ. Which organization releases the report migration and development brief? And Rituraj is saying that it is World Bank. Absolutely right guys, World Bank is the organization which basically releases the migration and development ब्रीफ रिपोर्ट. ठीक है, तो यहां पर आपको क्या याद रखने की जरूरत है? सी, वर्ल्ड माइग्रेशन रिपोर्ट की जब हम बात करेंगे, इट हैज बीन, किसने लॉन्च किया हमने देखा. जब हम बात करते हैं माइग्रेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ब्रीफ की, तो उसको लॉन्च करता है वर्ल्ड बैंक. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर सबको पता होना चाहिए कि कैसे डिफरेंशिएट करना है हमें इन पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट्स के बीच में, क्योंकि ये रिपोर्ट्स के नाम सेम है बट ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस एकदम अलग अलग हैं। ठीक है, मूविंग ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, which country has the highest inward remittance in 2020? So guys, आंख बंद करके सभी के सभी, I want all of you to answer the question correctly. A very हलवा क्वेश्चन, हम हमेशा पिछले 3-4 साल से देखते आए हैं that which is the country which is basically the highest inward remittances. कौन सी कंट्री को सबसे ज्यादा remittances मिलते हैं in the financial year? Absolutely right guys, the right answer is option A, that is India. ठीक है, इंडिया इज द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन एंड सिमिलर इंफॉर्मेशन सी जो माइग्रेशन एंड डेवलपमेंट ब्रीफ रिपोर्ट भी बताती है रेमिटेंसेस के बारे में, सो दैट्स हाउ दीज रिपोर्ट्स आर रियली वेरी सिमिलर, बट यू हैव टू मेक श्योर दैट you remember all the important points about those particular reports. ठीक है, now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the global risk report 2022, यहाँ पर कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया है? That is what you are required to tell me. Question number 63, which organization releases the global risk report 2022? And here people are saying option A is the right answer, and that is absolutely right. So okay, this report basically tells us कि आने वाले decade में कौन से risk हैं that we are going to face. ठीक है, now let's move on to the next question. The question is that which was the top risk that faced globally in the next 10 years as per the recently released global risk report 2022? Which is the top risk which is going to be faced globally in the next 10 years? It is extreme weather event, biodiversity loss, livelihood crisis, climate action failure, or none of the above. Let's see who will answer the question correctly. Question number 64, who will answer the question correctly? And here guys, the right answer is option D, that is climate action failure. See, जब हम बात करते हैं इस पर्टिकुलर टॉप 10 रिस्क की, तो इसमें से जो 5 रिस्क थे गाइस, वो सभी के सभी आपके क्लाइमेट और एनवायरनमेंट से रिलेटेड थे. अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम दिस रिपोर्ट. आउट ऑफ द 10 रिस्क, द 5 रिस्क आउट ऑफ द 10 रिस्क ऑफ द टॉप 10 रिस्क are basically related to the climate and environment. ठीक है, याद रखिएगा इस बात को, it is really very important. Let's move on to the next question. So the next question is on the District Good Governance Index, a very important report. I am marking the star here. District Good Governance Index. And the very first time this particular index has been launched, and this index is basically launched on the same lines of the Good Governance Index. ठीक है, अब आपको मुझे बताना है, पहले क्वेश्चन का आंसर करना है कि इसमें से कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिलीज किया था डिस्ट्रिक्ट गुड गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स? किसने रिलीज किया था? नीति आयोग थी, जम्मू एंड कश्मीर एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन थी, या डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव रिफॉर्म्स एंड पब्लिक ग्रीवेंसेस? सी गाइस, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द गुड गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स, that particular report is being released by DARPG. But when I talk about the district good governance index, so here this particular report is being released by DARPG along with the Jammu and Kashmir administration, and that is why the right answer to the question is option D. ठीक है जी, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. So here you are required to tell me कि कितने indicators को use किया गया है. Once again a question on the framework of the reports and indices. तो कितने indicators को use किया गया है for the district good governance index? Here let's see who will answer the question correctly. Question number 66, people are opting the option number C, that is 52. And guys, here the right answer is option B, that is 58 indicators. C, याद रखिएगा, district good governance index, this index is really very important. See guys, very first time किसी डिस्ट्रिक्ट के लिए अगर कोई ये गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स लॉन्च किया गया है, this was basically for the Jammu and Kashmir, and that's why you are really required to remember this index, and that's why this index is really very important. और इसमें कितने indicators यूज किए गए हैं to assess the districts? That is 58 indicators. ठीक है जी, moving on to the next question. करप्शन परसेप्शन इंडेक्स, करप्शन परसेप्शन इंडेक्स जो बताता है कि करप्शन कितनी है कंट्री के अंदर, कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इसको रिलीज करती है? एब्सोल्युटली राइट, जस्ट पीपल आर नाउ अटैकिंग द क्वेश्चन. आई एम रियली ग्लैड टू सी दैट पीपल आर अटैकिंग द क्वेश्चंस now they are just not waiting for the question, just see the question and attacked it. Absolutely right guys, the right answer to the question is Transparency International. That is the right answer to this particular question. So Jyoti, Rituraj, Nirmal, everybody have answered the question correctly. That's really good. Now tell me that what exactly is the name of the country which topped the corruption perception index? कौन सी कंट्री ने टॉप किया था? सी, हमने देखा कि रिलीजिंग बॉडी क्या है, हम देखेंगे कि टॉप परफॉर्मर कौन सी है, उसके बाद हम देखेंगे कि इंडिया की रैंक क्या थी. तो यहाँ पर हमने पहली डायमेंशन कर ली है खत्म. सेकंड डायमेंशन इज टॉप परफॉर्मर कौन था, एंड आई एम गेटिंग द राइट आंसर. द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन डी, दैट इज ऑल ऑफ द अबव. सी, यहाँ पर याद रखिएगा यहाँ पर एक कंट्री नहीं है जिसने इस करप्शन परसेप्शन इंडेक्स में टॉप किया है. देयर आर 3 कंट्रीज, दैट इज डेनमार्क, फिनलैंड, न्यूजीलैंड. ठीक है जी, आई होप दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट डायमेंशन, दैट इज द रैंक ऑफ इंडिया. व्हाट वाज द रैंक ऑफ इंडिया इन द करप्शन परसेप्शन इंडेक्स 2021? It's 86, 82, 87, 84, or 85. And guys, here, absolutely right. I'm getting the right answers from the people. That is 85. Absolutely right. Option E is the right answer to the question. 85 is the right answer. See, करप्शन परसेप्शन इंडेक्स 2021 के अंदर इंडिया की रैंक थी 85, और जब हम बात करें प्रीवियस एडिशन की, दैट इज 2020, देन दैट टाइम इंडियाज रैंक वाज 86, दैट इज ऑप्शन ए. तो यहां पर याद रखिएगा, प्रीवियस एडिशन, करंट एडिशन, यहां पर दोनों ही ऑप्शंस में दिए गए होंगे. सो आपको यहां पर याद रखना है कि भाई प्रीवियस एडिशन में कितनी थी, प्रेजेंट एडिशन में कितनी थी. ठीक है, आई होप दैट दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question is on the India State of the Forest Report 2021. See, once again, a very important report, guys. This report was being released in the month of January or February, but कोई कभी भी रिलीज हुई हो, गाइस, व्हाट इज मोर इंपॉर्टेंट इज दिस नेम ऑफ द रिपोर्ट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इसको कौन रिलीज करता है, कितने पार्ट्स में यहाँ पर डिवाइड किया जाता है फॉरेस्ट को, all these particular things are really very important from the exam point of view. तो यहाँ पर पहली चीज मुझे बताइए कि इसमें से कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन या मिनिस्ट्री ने इंडिया स्टेट ऑफ द फॉरेस्ट रिपोर्ट 2021 को लॉन्च किया है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 70. लेट्स सी हु विल आंसर द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली. Which organization or ministry released the India State of the Forest Report 2021? Nirmal Yadav, Rituraj, and everybody is saying that option A is the right answer, and that is absolutely right. Option A is the right answer to the question. That is Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. ठीक है जी, तो यहां पर ये तो था कि इंपॉर्टेंट कि किसने रिलीज की है, रिलीजिंग बॉडी क्या है. एंड नाउ लेट्स सी दैट कि कौन सी यहां पर स्टेट है विच इज हैविंग द हाईएस्ट फॉरेस्ट कवर एज द परसेंटेज ऑफ द टोटल ज्योग्राफिकल एरिया. टोटल ज्योग्राफिकल एरिया की जब मैं बात करूं तो कौन सी स्टेट है जिसके पास हाईएस्ट फॉरेस्ट कवर है? This is what you are required to tell me. It's Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya, Nagaland, or Mizoram. And here, absolutely right, guys. People are opting the right answer. That is option E. That is Mizoram. So guys, Mizoram is the right answer to the question. जब हम बात करते हैं मिजोरम की, तो मिजोरम के पास है 84.53%. Percentage is also very important. There is a probability that a question can be asked on the percentage as well. ठीक है, तो percentage पर भी यहाँ पर question आ सकता है एग्जाम के अंदर. Now let's move on to the next question. So the next question is कि total increase कितना हुआ forest tree cover में in India in the square kilometers. Once again a very important thing. यहाँ पर कितना कम हुआ, कितना बढ़ा, गाइस, दीज आर द इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग दैट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर. और जब हम बात करते हैं फॉरेस्ट कवरेजेस की, तो यहां पर एक अच्छी बात यह है कि इंडिया के अंदर देयर वाज it was found that the forest and tree cover has increased from the previous edition of the report. तो कितना increase हुआ, that is what you are required to tell me. And people are opting the option number C as the right answer. Aditi, Vikas, Nilesh, everybody is saying, Shivam, Astik, everybody is opting the option number C, and that is absolutely right. That is 2,261 square kilometers. That is the right answer to the question. So guys, the next question is on the Delta ranking December 2021. कौन से ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने की है? जल्दी फटाफट मुझे बता दीजिए क्या है इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. Delta ranking December 2021. नीति आयोग, Ministry of Home Affairs, RBI, NSO, or none of the above. So guys, here the right answer to the question is option A, that is नीति आयोग. So guys, see, once again I am telling you कि नीति आयोग की जितनी भी रिपोर्ट्स हैं, यू आर रियली रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर देम बाय हार्ट. गाइस, दिल से याद होनी चाहिए नीति आयोग की रिपोर्ट. नीति आयोग बहुत ही हाइपर एक्टिव है इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिलीजिंग द रिपोर्ट्स, एंड दैट इज व्हाई नीति आयोग की जितनी भी रिपोर्ट्स हैं वो एग्जाम में, प्रीवियस ईयर एग्जाम में भी पूछी गई हैं, एंड there is a probability that it can also be asked in this year as well. ठीक है जी, तो हम बढ़ते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ. एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द हुरन इंडिया वेल्थ रिपोर्ट 2021. तो इसके अकॉर्डिंग आप मुझे बताइए कि नंबर ऑफ मिलियनियर्स इंडिया के अंदर जो हैं वो कौन सी सिटी में सबसे ज्यादा हैं. विच सिटी इज हैविंग द has topped in the number of millionaires in India as per the recently released Huron India Wealth Report 2021. So some people are going with option number A, some are going with so everybody is going with option number A, that is Mumbai. And guys, that is absolutely right. Sapno ki Nagari, that is Mumbai, the city of dreams. And guys, here Mumbai is the right answer to the question. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is कि number of millionaire households India के अंदर 2026 तक कितने हो जाएंगे? What is the estimated number of the millionaires households in India by year 2026? 4 lakh, 5 lakh, 6 lakh, 7 lakh. These are the absolute numbers, guys. Now, these are the things that you are required to remember from the exam point of view. Although a very less probability is there that this kind of question will be asked in the exam, but still we are covering that nothing can be missed. Okay. So guys, here when I talk about the right answer is option number C, that is 6 lakh. तो सभी ने दिया इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब, अदिति, कुरंजिक, अनुपम, यहाँ पर हर कोई दे रहा है इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब, और जूम पर भी निर्मल यादव ने दिया इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब. वेल डन गाइस. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, एंड द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द वर्ल्ड सोशल प्रोटेक्शन रिपोर्ट 2020-2022. तो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जिसने इस पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट को रिलीज किया है? That is the World Social Protection Report 2020-2022. It's World Bank, United Nations Environment Program, United Nations International Labour Organization, or the Worldwide Fund for Nature, and all of the people, all the fraternities basically choosing the option number D as the right answer. That is absolutely right. International Labour Organization. Now tell me, जो ILO है, that is International Labour Organization, in which year it was constituted? So guys, please tell me in the chat box. किस ईयर में ये बेसिकली रिलीज हुआ था? कॉन्स्टिट्यूट ये कौन से ईयर में हुआ था? दैट इज द इंटरनेशनल लेबर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ऋतुराज is saying that it is 1929. Let's see who will tell me the right answer. 1929 is not the right answer. Nirmal Yadav, Mohesh, everybody is saying that it is 1919. That is 1990, and that is the right answer, guys. क्या कोई मुझे बता सकता है कि who is presently the chief of the ILO, International Labour Organization, को basically कौन head कर रहा है at present? So देवेंद्र, डॉली, सतीश, अदिति, everybody is saying 1919. Absolutely right, guys. यहाँ पर लोगों ने हेडक्वार्टर्स बताना भी यहाँ शुरू कर दिया. Really glad to see that. Now tell me कि who is presently heading the International Labour Organization? Absolutely right. Jyoti has answered the question correctly. That is Guy Ryder is the right answer. Absolutely right. Well done, Jyoti. Now let's move on to the next question. Next question is on the climate change 2022 impacts, adaptation and vulnerability. And here the options are World Bank, UNEP, UNDP, IPCC. So कौन सी organization है जिसने release किया इस report को? That is climate change 2022 impact, adaptation and vulnerability. Let's see who will answer the question correctly. And here people are saying that the answer to the question number 77 is option D, and that is absolutely right. That is Intergovernmental Panel on the Climate Change. This is the organization which has released the report Climate Change 2022. ठीक है जी, I hope this is clear. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is Trade and Development Report update, tapering in a time of conflict. A very important report. It was launched in March 2022. तो किस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने इसको लॉन्च किया है, उसका हेडक्वार्टर कहां पर है, उसको हेड कौन कर रहा है, उसकी क्या इंपॉर्टेंट फाइंडिंग्स है, ये इसी तरीके से जब आप किसी रिपोर्ट को देखोगे, whenever you see any new report, always see that report with that angle and you will not miss any single question in the exam. ठीक है, तो जब हम बात करते हैं क्वेश्चन नंबर 78 की, so everybody is opting the option number D as the right answer, and that is absolutely right. That is UNCTAD. ठीक है जी, moving on to the next question. Here you are going to tell me that what is the projected global economic growth for 2022 as per the recently released Trade and Development Report update, tapering in a time of conflict. Let's see who will answer the question correctly. And here to the question number 79, people are opting the option number D as the right answer. That is 3.6%. And guys, here that this is not the right answer. The right answer is 2.6%. ठीक है, तो यहां पर आपको इंपॉर्टेंट चीज देखने की ये है कि ये जो इकोनॉमिक ग्रोथ है, इट वाज 3.6% लास्ट ईयर एंड नाउ इट हैज डिक्लाइंड टू 2.6%. इट हैज बीन रिड्यूस्ड बाय -1. ठीक है, यहां पर इस पॉइंट को आपको याद रखना है फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. दैट इज द स्टेट ऑफ द क्लाइमेट सर्विसेज रिपोर्ट 2021 रिपोर्ट. तो कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस रिपोर्ट को रिलीज करती है? सी गाइस, आई एम टेलिंग यू, बेशक ये रिपोर्ट अक्टूबर 2021 के अंदर रिलीज की गई है, बट स्टिल दिस रिपोर्ट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. ठीक है, फेज 2 पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से लास्ट 1 ईयर तक के करंट अफेयर्स आर रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, बट यहाँ पर प्रायोरिटी दीजिएगा. इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू कवर दैट मच, लास्ट 6 मंथ्स के करंट अफेयर्स अच्छे से करने हैं. ठीक है, याद रखिएगा इस पर्टिकुलर चीज को. नाउ व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द राइट आंसर, द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन इज ऑप्शन डी. दैट इज वर्ल्ड मेट्रोलॉजिकल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन व्हिच हैज रिलीज्ड द रिपोर्ट, दैट इज स्टेट ऑफ द क्लाइमेट सर्विसेज रिपोर्ट 2021. ठीक है, आई होप दैट दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. Anupam, Silva, Mahesh, everybody saying that the option D is the right answer. Well done, guys. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question is, how many people were living in the water-stressed countries as per the report in the mention in the question. कितने लोग हैं जो water stressed countries के अंदर रह रहे हैं? And here guys, the right answer to the question is option number B, that is 2.3 billion. So 2.3 billion people were living in the countries under water stress. And there is one more important point which has been mentioned, that is 3.6 billion people had inadequate access to the water at least 1 month per year 2018. But यहाँ पर सबसे important चीज आपके लिए ये है कि कौन सी organization इस report को release करती है और यहाँ पर कितने लोग वाटर स्ट्रेस कंट्रीज में रह रहे हैं. दैट इज व्हाट यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Next question is a halwa question for all of you. State of the World Children 2021 report. See guys, very important report and a very easy report. Why it is easy? See, we all know that कि कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो कि यहाँ पर चिल्ड्रंस के लिए काम करती है at the world level. Which organization is that? It is really very easy to figure out. That is UNICEF, and UNICEF is the organization which has released the report, that is the State of the World Children 2021 report. So Astik, Rituraj, everybody has answered the question correctly. Rahul, Aditi, Anupam, Jyoti, everybody is just rocking today. And here the right answer to the question is UNICEF. That is the right answer. Now let's move on to the very very important report जो कि जब रिलीज हुई थी और उसने बहुत यहाँ पर तबाही मचा दी थी मीडिया के अंदर. दैट इज द ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स 2021, जहां पर गवर्नमेंट ने कहा था कि जो इंडिया के रैंकिंग है उसमें बेसिकली काफी फ्लॉज हैं बिकॉज ऑफ द पैरामीटर दैट आर बीइंग यूज्ड बाय द ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स 2021 that basically do not match to the situation which is basically prevailing in our country. But now here the question is that ki global hunger index 2021 kaun si organization release karti hai? And absolutely right, people are opting the option number D as the right answer. That is Concern Worldwide and Wealth Hunger Life. So this is the right answer. तो कौन से indicators हैं जहां पर जिसके थ्रू कंट्री को असेस किया जाता है? That is undernourishment, child wasting, child stunting, child mortality. So guys, ये सभी जो हमारे पैरामीटर्स हैं इनके ऊपर आपको यहाँ पर याद रखना होगा कि इनकी एक्चुअल डेफिनेशंस भी क्या है. ठीक है, बिकॉज यू कैन यूज दोस डेफिनेशंस व्हाइल आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चन रिलेटेड टू हेल्थ इन द डिस्क्रिप्टिव एग्जाम एज वेल. ठीक है, आई होप दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर. Now let's move on to the next important dimension, that is what was the rank of India. We have covered कौन सी organization है, releasing body क्या थी, फ्रेमवर्क क्या है हमने डिस्कस किया. अब आती है इंपॉर्टेंट चीज की इंडिया की रैंक क्या थी. व्हाट वाज द रैंक ऑफ इंडिया? एंड एब्सोल्युटली राइट गाइस, द राइट आंसर इज ऑप्शन बी, दैट इज 101. इंडिया वाज प्लेस्ड 101st पोजीशन इन द 2021. और जब मैं बात करूं इंडिया की रैंकिंग की, सो गाइस इंडिया की परफॉर्मेंस यहां पर काफी डिक्रीज हुई है इन द ग्लोबल हंगर इंडेक्स 2021, क्योंकि इससे पहले जब ये रिपोर्ट रिलीज की गई थी इंडियाज पोजीशन वाज 94th इन 2020, although the number of countries were less in that particular assessment year, and in the year 2021 the number of countries have increased, but still India's rank has decreased, that is from 94th to 101. दोनों ही numbers को याद रखना है, that is 94 and 101. ठीक है, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the Global Food Security Index. ग्लोबल फूड सिक्योरिटी इंडेक्स 2021 कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिलीज करती है? इकोनॉमिस्ट, इंपैक्ट, कॉर्टेवा, एग्री साइंस, वर्ल्ड इकोनॉमिक फोरम, बोथ ए एंड बी और नन ऑफ द अबव. एंड हियर पीपल आर ऑप्टिंग द ऑप्शन नंबर डी एज द राइट आंसर. दैट इज option D, that is both A and B, that is Economist, Impact and the Corteva Agri Science. So these are the two organizations which has together released the report, that is Global Food Security Index 2021. ठीक है जी, I hope that this is very much clear guys. See, these reports are basically from the month of October, but still they are relevant from the exam point of view. ठीक है, तो सभी reports को हम आज अपने सेशन के अंदर कवर कर रहे हैं जो भी important है from your exam point of view. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is about India's rank in the Global Food Security Index. See, Global Hunger Index में हमने देखा इंडिया की रैंक थी 101. अब Global Food Security Index में इंडिया की रैंक क्या है? Let's see that what is the India's performance. इंडिया की रैंक की बात की जाए तो इट वाज 71 इन द ग्लोबल फूड सिक्योरिटी इंडेक्स 2021. ठीक है जी, और जब हम बात करते हैं फूड अफोर्डेबिलिटी की तो उसके अंदर इंडिया की रैंक थी 80th इस पर्टिकुलर इंडेक्स के अंदर. सो ऑल दीज थिंग्स आर रिक्वायर्ड टू बी रिमेंबर्ड बाय ऑल ऑफ यू फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, एज दिस कैन come up on the 25th of June, that is your exam day in the exam. Okay, I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the State Energy Efficiency Index 2022. कौन सी organization ने इसको रिलीज किया है, कौन सी स्टेट ने टॉप किया है? We are going to discuss all of them. जब मैं बात करूं State Energy Efficiency Index की, it is being launched by Bureau of Energy Efficiency and the Alliance for an energy efficient economy? This is what the right answer to this particular question is all about. ठीक है, तो ऋतुराज ने और शिवम ने दिया इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब, that is option D, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency and Alliance for an Energy Efficient Economy. ठीक है, so Nilesh Suryavanshi, Krunjik, Rajan and Aditi Gandhi, all of them are just rocking and giving the answers correctly. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is World Energy Outlook Report 2021. तो World Energy Outlook Report 2021 कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने रिलीज की है? It's International Renewable Energy Agency, World Health Organization, World Economic Forum, International Energy Agency, or none of the above. And here to the question number 88, the right answer is option D, that is International Energy Agency. ठीक है guys, this is once again a very important thing. और यहाँ पर कुछ important चीजें भी दी गई हैं that India is going to overtake China as the world's most populated country in this decade, and by 2050 India will have surpassed the population of China. ठीक है जी, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the Emissions Gap Report 2021. Once again, a report from the Sustainable Development and Environmental Issues, a very important report. Please tell me that what is the name of the organization which has released this particular report. And here people are opting the option number C as the right answer. So Nilesh is saying option C, Mahesh is saying option C, that is UNEP, and that is absolutely not right here, guys. The right answer to the question is option D. So option C is not the right answer. Here option D is the right answer, that is United Nations Environment Program. So Mahesh has answered the question correctly. That is United Nations Environment Program is the right answer to this particular question. Okay guys, I hope that this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. Next question is on the Swachh Sarvekshan 2021. A very important. I am marking the 2 stars here, guys. This is very important from the exam point of view. स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण 2021 कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने लॉन्च किया है? कौन इसको कंडक्ट कराता है? That is what you are required to tell me. And absolutely right, people are opting the option number C as the right answer, that is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. But guys, I am telling you कि ये स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण 2021 है, और आगे आने वाले क्वेश्चन में there will be a googly for all of you which is going to confuse you. But I am telling you कि आपको उस ट्रैप में नहीं फंसना है, ठीक है? Let's move on to the next question. अगले क्वेश्चन में आपको मुझे बताना है कि कौन सी सिटी ने टॉप किया है इन द मोर देन 1 लाख पॉपुलेशन कैटेगरी. एंड हियर गाइस द ऑप्शंस आर इंदौर, सूरत, विजयवाड़ा, कोटा एंड राजकोट. एंड वी ऑल नो कि जब भी बात आती है इन द स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण तो कौन सा सिटी है जो टॉप करता है? दैट इज नन अदर देन इंदौर. सो इंदौर इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. एब्सोल्युटली राइट, सभी ने दिया इस क्वेश्चन का सही आंसर. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. सो यहाँ पर आ जाती है वो रिपोर्ट जिसके बारे में स्टूडेंट्स को कंफ्यूजन थी व्हेन वी वर डिस्कसिंग यूडीआईएससी रिपोर्ट. ठीक है, यूडीआईएससी रिपोर्ट लॉन्च की थी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एजुकेशन ने. जब हम बात करते हैं एनुअल स्टेटस ऑफ एजुकेशन रिपोर्ट 2021 की, यहां पर आई वांट ऑल ऑफ यू टू आंसर द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली. एंड हियर एब्सोल्युटली राइट, एवरीबॉडी सभी के सभी आंख बंद करके आंसर दे रहे हैं. दैट इज ऑप्शन डी, प्रथम एजुकेशन फाउंडेशन. एंड दिस इज व्हाट द राइट आंसर. सी गाइस, आई एम रियली ग्लैड टू सी कि अब आप लोग यहां पर आपकी प्रिपरेशन इतनी हो गई है दैट यू आर एबल टू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन द रिपोर्ट्स जिनका नाम सिमिलर है, जो सिमिलर सेक्टर से हैं, बट स्टिल यू हैव आइडिया दैट कि कौन सी रिपोर्ट कौन लॉन्च करता है और उसकी क्या इंपॉर्टेंट फाइंडिंग्स है. एब्सोल्युटली राइट. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is on the Global Nutrition Report 2021. तो न्यूट्रिशन, सी गाइस, न्यूट्रिशन से कौन करेगा? न्यूट्रिशन के बारे में कौन हमें बताएगा कि ग्लोबल न्यूट्रिशन रिपोर्ट 2021 कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है जो इस पर्टिकुलर चीज को केटर करती है? एंड दैट इज नन अदर देन वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. सी, न्यूट्रिशन इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द हेल्थ ऑफ द पीपल. अगर प्रॉपर न्यूट्रिशन नहीं मिलेंगे तो गाइस क्या होगा? हमारी हेल्थ खराब होगी. So whenever we talk about the nutrition report, it is being released by the World Health Organization. याद रखिएगा, these are the way that you can use in order to remember these particular things. Now the next question is on a very important thing, guys, the Good Governance Index. I told you, डिस्ट्रिक्ट गुड गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स हमने पढ़ा जो कि रिलीज किया गया था जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के लिए. नाउ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द गुड गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स. once again a very important thing, and now you are required to tell me कि कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ने गुड गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स 2021 को लॉन्च किया था. And I have already told you the answer about this question, that is DARPG. So I don't think that इसको ज़्यादा discuss करने की ज़रूरत है. The right answer is Department of Administrative Reforms and the Public Grievances. Now tell me कि कौन सी state है जिसने कि other state categories, that is the Group A states में टॉप किया है गुड गवर्नेंस इंडेक्स को. So which state is having the highest governance as per the Good Governance Index 2021 in the other state, that is the group A category of the index. And guys, here the right answer to the question is Gujarat. So Gujarat is the state which has topped this particular part. See guys, you can see here कि बहुत सारे यहाँ पर रिपोर्ट्स है जहां पर आपको मिलेगा कि गुजरात has topped it. Like there was a report that is the export preparedness index. Gujarat was a topper. So यहाँ पर आपको याद रखना होगा कि भाई गुजरात की कितनी अच्छी यहाँ पर परफॉर्मेंस चल रही है in all the terms, that is when whether it is about the governance, whether it is about the export preparedness. ठीक है जी, I hope this is very much clear. Now is the question which I was telling you that is going to confuse you. That is the स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण ग्रामीण. तो हमने यहाँ पर पढ़ा था पहले स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण को किसने लॉन्च किया. नाउ यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी कि स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण ग्रामीण को किसने लॉन्च किया. यहाँ पर कीवर्ड है गाइस ग्रामीण, विच इज डिफरेंशिएटिंग दीज टू पर्टिकुलर सर्वेज. ठीक है, तो स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण ग्रामीण को कौन लॉन्च करता है. एब्सोल्युटली राइट, पीपल आर ऑप्टिंग द ऑप्शन नंबर सी एज द राइट आंसर, दैट इज मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ जल शक्ति. सो गाइस, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ जल शक्ति इज द राइट आंसर टू दिस पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन. आई एम रियली ग्लैड टू सी दैट यू आर रियली रॉकिंग इन दिस पर्टिकुलर सेशन. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. अब अगला क्वेश्चन है थोड़ा सा जो आपको हिलाने वाला है गाइस, दैट इज इनमें से कौन से एलिमेंट्स हैं जिनको न्यूली इनकॉर्पोरेट किया गया है इन द स्वच्छ सर्वेक्षण ग्रामीण 2021 सर्वे. यू आर रिक्वायर्ड टू टेल मी द एलिमेंट which has been newly incorporated in the recently released Swachh Sarvekshan Gramin 2021 survey. So this basically is related to the framework of that particular survey, and that's why you are really required to remember about this. So guys, when I talk about the right answer to this particular question here, the right answer is option D, that is disposal arrangements for menstrual waste. That is what is the new element which has been incorporated in the Swachh Sarvekshan Gramin 2021 survey. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर याद रखिएगा कि ये जो elements हैं that is basically from the framework of the report. तो हमने पढ़ा पैरामीटर्स के बारे में, इंडिकेटर्स के बारे में. अब यहाँ पर नए एलिमेंट्स भी ऐड हो सकते हैं किसी रिपोर्ट के अंदर. दैट इज बेसिकली व्हाट डिफरेंशिएटिंग द रिपोर्ट फ्रॉम द प्रीवियस एडिशन ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर रिपोर्ट, एंड दैट इज व्हाई यू आर रियली रिक्वायर्ड टू रिमेंबर from the exam point of view. ठीक है guys, I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. Let's move on to the next question, and the next question is on the Global Innovation Index 2021. So 98 and 99 question will be on the Global Innovation Index 2021. तो यहां पर देखते हैं द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज ऑन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. कौन सी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है इसे रिलीज किया है. लेट्स सी हु विल आंसर द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली. World Economic Forum, World Bank, UNESCO, World Intellectual Property Organization, or Cornell University. So here people are opting the option number D as the right answer, that is World Intellectual Property Organization. And guys, it is absolutely the right answer, World Intellectual Property Organization. See guys, innovate करने के लिए हमें अपने इंटेलेक्ट की जरूरत पड़ती है, इंटेलेक्चुअल प्रॉपर्टी जिससे कि इनोवेशन होता है. That's how you can remember this particular part in the exam. ठीक है, I hope this is very much clear. Moving on to the next question. India की rank क्या थी in the innovation category in the Global Innovation Index 2021? What was the India's rank in the innovation category of the Global Innovation Index 2021? That is what you are required to tell me in this particular question. And here people are opting the option number B as the right answer. So Jyoti, Nilesh, Mahesh, everybody is saying, some people are going with option number B, that is 44. Some are going with 46. Nirmal is saying option B. Astik is saying option B. So guys, here the right answer to the question is option C. That is 46. जब हम बात करें, सो गाइस इंडिया की जो रैंक है वो इंप्रूव हुई है 48 टू इंडिया इज नाउ 46. ठीक है, तो 46 इज द राइट आंसर टू द क्वेश्चन. अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रिपोर्ट फ्रॉम द एग्जाम पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू ऑन विच अ क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड. और यहाँ पर इस रिपोर्ट पर गाइस पिछले हमारे आरबीआई के प्रीवियस ईयर में क्वेश्चन आ चुका है इन द प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम. And that's why this report is really very important for all of you to cover. Okay, I hope this is very much clear. Let's move on to the next question. And this is the last question of the today's session. And I want all of you to answer the question correctly in the comment section. The question is Global Startup Ecosystem Report. Which organization releases the Global Startup Ecosystem Report? It's Startup Genome, Wharton School, IESE Business School, INSEAD, or none of the above. What is the right answer? See, Global Startup Ecosystem Report, हमारे यहाँ पर स्टार्टअप्स पर बहुत ही ज्यादा अभी जोर दिया जा रहा है. स्टार्टअप्स के लिए बजट के अंदर भी काफी नई नई रिकमेंडेशंस आई हैं, and that's why this report is really very important. And now when I talk about the right answer, people are opting the option number D as the right answer, that is INSEAD. So यहाँ पर दोनों ही जगह सभी लोग INSEAD को कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर चूज, but here guys the right answer is Startup Genome. So यहाँ पर नीलेश ने दिया इस क्वेश्चन का सही जवाब, दैट इज स्टार्टअप जीनोम. आदित्य इज आल्सो आंसर्ड द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली. दृष्टि इज आल्सो आंसर्ड द क्वेश्चन करेक्टली, दैट इज startup genome. Okay, guys, so this is the right answer to this particular question. I hope that this is very much clear to all of you. So this was the last question of the today's session. Now, guys, this is my request to all of you. If you are having any kind of query related to the session, related to the reports, that how we can cover, what are the things to cover, we can just answer these particular questions. I'm really glad to answer your queries in this particular session. So please, if you are having any kind of queries, you can just ask the query. Otherwise, we can just conclude this particular session. And guys, I am really glad that with your participation and with your patience, because due to the technical glitch, the session basically started late. So I really apologize for that. There was a due to technical error. This particular session was delayed by a few minutes, but I think that all of you must have enjoyed this particular session. And guys, this particular, so Ganesh is saying that PDF kab milega. Very good question, Ganesh. And see, do not worry about the PDF. PDF will be given to you very shortly. ठीक है, PDF जल्दी से जल्दी आपको मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, उसकी चिंता करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है आपको. सुबह तक आपको ये PDF मिल जाएगा. ठीक है, do not worry about it. And PDF मिलेगा आपको Telegram के ऊपर. Do remember that. So everybody saying thank you, sir. So guys, it is basically you guys which basically makes this kind of session successful. And guys, I'm really now I think that you guys do not having any kind of queries. So guys, if we don't have any queries, you can just type no in the chat box so that we can conclude this particular session. But guys, always maintain your patience. Abhi is the time for the revision. कुछ अगर इंपॉर्टेंट रह गया है तो गाइस उसको जल्दी से कवर करके रिवीजन कर लीजिए. डिस्क्रिप्टिव राइटिंग की अच्छे से प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, बिकॉज द मेजॉरिटी ऑफ द पोर्शन is basically on the descriptive part. ठीक है, descriptive is really very important. Descriptive की अच्छे से practice कीजिए. ठीक है, so I think that no more queries are there. So guys, thank you for joining us. I'm really glad to see all of you and your participation in the today's session. So it was really a nice session and nice responses from all of you guys. So guys, thank you for joining us. Wish you all happy learning and wish you all the best for upcoming RBI Grade B Phase 2 exam.